Hey, it's Monday, August 11th, and we're recording class for the kids who are either dead at home or parents who are watching this for whatever reason. Hey, and someone found a restroom. What an exciting day for you guys. So with this one up there, with tonight being Meet the Teacher Night, how many of you guys know the big people are going to be here tonight for me to harass and bond with? Yeah. So if they don't come tonight, I record it just like I'm recording here. You're looking too far, look where the camera is. I'm going to record tonight like I'm recording right now. And so if your parents don't make it, they are welcome to record. When I record, it faces this direction. So it's recording me talking and the screen. You aren't on it except for your voices. It has a little microphone right here. That's a boom mic that picks up everyone in here. The reason you're not on it is two parts. One, there's these things in the world called creepers. And if you're on here, the creepers might come after you. And I don't want a creeper to come after you. I know. Your thought is, but Mr. Broviak, you're on there. And the answer is yes, but I'm old. I don't have to worry about creepers. If a creeper comes at me, we just call it a new friend. If a creeper comes at you, we have to say bye-bye and you disappear. And no one wants that. The other thing is, the video is only supposed to record important stuff, so you won't be on there. It only records me.
Am I not important?
Hey, see? He said the words, not me. And so now that helps you understand how it works. Now the joy is, it does record your voices. So let's say you tend to yap and get in trouble during class. I can just send your parents a link to the video and go, hey, at the 12-minute mark, you might want to listen to little JoJo have his issues of me having to yell at him in front of kids. And so that's where the little video comes in. I rotate the classes. Some classes get recorded more than others. It depends on how often I have to yell at kids in that particular class. So there's your recording day. The Meet the Teacher. So the tie I'm wearing today is not one of my children. I have two daughters, and this is a boy child. I do not collect the ties of random kids, although that would be creepy and fun. This was a kid named Max Shores, who I taught a long time ago. And one day he just walked in and said, Mr. Broviak, if I brought you a tie with my face, would you wear it? And I said, Max, that's creepy. But of course I would. And about 2 weeks later, he showed up with a tie with his face on it. And so now I wear it, and it's creepy. And so I figure I get to make fun of him because it's the beginning of the year, and now I wear his tie. Now, I have multiple ties of past students, and so this week you'll see me wear some other ties with faces that are not my children. Just to help you out, this is Max back when he was in 7th grade, way back in 2011. That was Max when he was graduating from college in 2023. And then last year he actually got married, and because I've been making fun of him for the last 14 years, he actually invited me to his wedding, and I got to harass him there. And yes, I did wear this tie to his wedding, and yes, his mom thought it was hilarious. And then I had to go around and show his grandparents, and it was all kinds of weird. But I figured it was no more weird than me wearing a tie with his face on it. Homeworky things. We have homeworky thing due today. What does our homeworky thing do today?
Notebook.
Notebook, which I'm getting ready to give you guys credit for in a second. We also have homework due tomorrow. Sorry, for you guys it's Wednesday. For other kids it's tomorrow. What is our next homework assignment due?
Picture.
If you don't have a picture, what can you bring me instead?
I know the big people.
There you go. A
Signature.
note from the big people and stuff like that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to have you hold up your notebook when I call your name. Not now, I haven't called your name. I know you're excited. And then I'm just going to give you easy credit. I'm just going to go through and go, hey, your name, or your face, and I'll give you credit. This gives you, if you have your notebook, 5 out of 5 points. I'm not good at math, but that equals a 100% A+. So if you have your notebook, in a moment, you're going to have an A+ for my class. Then tomorrow, or Wednesday for you guys, if you have the picture of yourself, I give you 5 more points out of 5, which gives you a 10 out of 10, which also gives you an A+. If you don't have the picture, you don't get a 5 out of 5. You get a 0 out of 5, which means your overall grade for me is a 5 out of 10. Gesundheit. And that means your grade is an F, which is like an A, but spelled differently. And so we'll get to that when we get to harass you next. Hi, Brianna, what's up? You waving at me?
What if you have a half picture?
Which half of you is it? This half? Is it like the left half or the right half? Or did we have an anger issue where someone gave you a picture and you were like, ah, and just like ripped it in half and they kept part of it? Or
Perhaps.
okay. So then I would give you half of your points or I would have to see the picture because it sounds confusing. Tomorrow, or again, you guys, Wednesday, this whole schedule thing. All I'll do is say your name, and you're going to hold up your picture so that everybody can see it. If it's not a picture that you can hold up so that everyone in here can see it, realize it's going to be in the hallway for 900 kids to see. So if you're going to freak out about 20 kids seeing it, that's not a good sign. Hi, Emmerich.
So, like, can it be, like, any picture of you?
I think so. As long as you're in the picture and we can see you, that should be okay.
What if it's you as a baby?
That's fine. As long as it's you as a baby. All babies look the same to me. They're delicious. All right, let's pause. Hey, we're back again. Now, I'm going to give you a real-ish homework assignment. So if you have a place where responsible you writes down homework assignments, here's where you're going to want to write down a thing, and I'm going to walk you through it. It is due the same day as your picture, which for you guys is going to be Wednesday. The bad news is it requires thinking. The good news is you are not allowed to spend more than 15 minutes on it. So there is a cap, so you can't go more than 15. So it gives you an idea of how long it's going to be. It is going to be called the yellow sheet because it's on a piece of paper that's yellow. So we're going to call it yellow sheet. Now, let me walk you through this one. I don't know how dumb some of you are. So this is my dumbmeter. It's going to allow me to measure sort of your responsibility and how much you know things and stuff like that. So with it, this is due our next class, which again for you guys is Wednesday. You are capped at 15 minutes. I will tell your parents 15 minutes. I will send out an email saying 15 minutes. I do not want you spending more than 15 minutes on this. Again, I am not science or math. I don't hate you that much yet. We'll save the hating you for later. So I want you to stop at 15 minutes. Now, with this one, it's, don't freak out, because I don't know your dumbmeter yet, I had to put a lot of directions. So instead of just telling you to write your name on it, realizing that last week I told you to write your name on this yellow sheet, and I said make sure you put both your first name and your last name on it. And as I look around, a lot of you did not put last name on it because we struggle with things like that. I broke every part of this homework down into multiple steps. So you're going to look at it, and it's like 67 steps into this homework. But that's because like the first 5 steps are just writing your name on it. Because apparently some of us struggle. It's going to say, put your name on it. Did you put your last name on it? Are you sure you spelled all the things correctly? Then go back. So I break it down into a whole bunch of steps. And my goal is, I want to see how far you get through this in 15 minutes. So it's not a matter of you doing it all. It's how much do you do in 15 minutes. For some of you, in 15 minutes, you're just going to get through the first 5 directions about putting your name on it. You're going to go, ho, ho, and you're going to stop at that point. Others of you are going to get to the part where it says, part 1, write a sentence. And you're going to have to stop and go, boop, boop, Siri, what's a sentence? And then that's going to slow you down again. But this is how I figure out how far you get. Some of you will get all the way to the part where you're going to draw a picture of one of your pets. And you're going to do a little thing. Others of you won't get that far. So I just want to give an idea of how far you get. I don't like wasting paper, so that's why it's on this little half sheet of paper, but I shrunk everything down. And I know you guys are now going to do your complaining, but I have old person eyes. I'm aware you have old person eyes. Today, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of it where you can zoom in. I will give you a digital copy, and you can go zoom, 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 and then you can have like 1 letter per part of your iPad, and you can just go on there and put I-A-M-D-U-M-B. And then you can just sit there and figure that out for a while. Some of you are still trying to spell iambitum. What is iambitum? There you go, that's why it's pretty. And so you'll go through and do the spelling. How long are you spending on this?
20 minutes.
So because of that, in a moment, I am getting ready to hand it to you. I know this is going to make you sad. I don't want you starting it yet. So you're going to get it and then put it away wherever you put homework. Because if you start it now, that means you're going to start your 15 minutes now, and that makes you sad. Which means I don't want you reading the directions or anything. If you start going in there like, what? What do you mean a dinosaur is a type of pet? No, child, that's learning. I don't know if I want you learning yet. So I'm going hand it to you, put it somewhere safe. All right, home children will pause for a second so you don't watch me walk around. I only had to make fun of a couple kids because their brains kept reading even the head tried not to. They forgot they were at school. This is not a place for learning. All right, so there. Okay. The tardy thing. So with this one, I am not officially beginning it until Thursday, Friday of this week. So for you guys, that's not officially till Friday. So I don't have to worry about being mean-ish tardy to you until Friday on that one. So I think probably your other teachers are going to be about the same. We figure a lot of you guys are still learning how to get to class and things like that. But for my class, to not be tardy, where does your booty have to be?
On your side.
At the end of class, when you want to run away and go to Matissus's class, what do you have to do?
Stare at you.
Stare at you with a creepy
Good
smile.
job. To help you, don't just stare at me. That's creepy. If you all just sit there and stare at me and drool, that's a whole different thing. Don't forget the smiling part to fill my heart with love. Don't fill my heart with creepiness. That's all I can do. I'm aware. There. Now, here's where your iPad comes in. I'm going to test that thing we were setting up last week. So open up iPad and go to that little student square thing. I'm going to see if anyone was struggling to get in. I'm going to help you. And I'm going to send a message. And if it's not charged all the way, because it's only going to take us a moment, if you want to sit over there on the chair and work on it for a second, you can. Is it turned on enough for you to use? Alright, let's see how it goes. This is only going to take a moment. Alright, I'm going to come around home children again. I know it gets weird, I keep pausing it. I'll stop doing that in a moment, but this is where I'm going to have to try to help these kids. It doesn't help you. Watch, it's a bird. Okay. Alright. So, if you're at home and you have signed into this correctly, in theory you got a message from me at some point today because I messaged all of my classes. Unless you're like Brody and your iPad hates you. In that case, we'll have to figure out why you're picking a fight with technology. Let's see, to there. So today, I am recording video right now. It's like look, I'm recording this video. And so today, if you wanted to watch this video, if you went to Candace, this is last week, but if you went to today from Monday, at the end of today, I will have today's video posted right there. So if you wanted to go and watch it tonight, you could. It'll be posted. You can see it from there. All right. Okay. Now it's time for the fun stuff. Not learning. That's still later.
Are we doing a game?
Kind of. It's called How Not to Die in My Class.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Right? I thought so too. That's where this paper comes in. Not the side where you doodled the pictures of you stabbing me. That's the back side. And over to the other side. This is the one that you are going to want. So on this one, this is the side you're going to want to keep till the end of the year. It's going to walk you through how to survive my class. Yes, you're probably going to have questions if you look at it. I'm going to explain all parts of it. So here's how it works in my class. Way back when I was a kid in school during dinosaur times, I did not like the idea of a teacher having a bad day and being grumpy and then just attacking me or giving me a detention. So the idea was if I ever became a teacher, then I would find a way to set up my classroom so that you would know how much trouble you're getting into, so that way you could avoid detentions, or if you were a good kid, you could have good kid things happen to you. That's where these things called behavior points come in. Your behavior points are your way of buying your way out of getting in trouble in my class. Everyone in here has 15 behavior points right now. You start with 15. You gain 15 new behavior points each 9 weeks. I add them to what you already have. Consider it sort of like a paycheck. So those of you who are responsible, you're going to end up going to like 30 B points in October because you have your current 15 plus you get the new 15, and I'm not good at math, but that equals 30. Others of you are not so responsible, and you're going to use up your points by doing any number of dumb kid things listed up there. And you're going to go down to like 6 B points. And then in October, when you add 15 to it, you don't go to 30, you would go to 21, because that's how math works. As you make good kid choices, I reward you good kid points, and you get rewards. Like some kids like to sit on the back of their chair where you put your booty on the little ledge part, and you put your feet on the top of the chair. You get to do that when you reach a certain number of points and you become a kid I trust. Others of you would like to move seats to sit in a different spot next to a friend. That is a thing you get to do as you gain points. As you become a kid I like more and more, I get to be nicer and nicer to you. You get a chance to get candy in my class. You get a chance to buy snacks in my class. The gooder you are, the nicer I try to be to you. Others of you are going to go the other direction, and you're going to lose points because of the choices that you make. I have learned 7th graders prefer it to have immediate consequences for their poor choices. My class is all about punishing you immediately for your poor choices. I will actively torture you in class to make you a better person. Like, for one, do you feel that gray thing that you're sitting on that your little booty's all on? That's optional. Chairs are for good kids, and you can lose the right to have a chair in my room. Do you see that brown thing that your yellow piece of paper's on? That's called a desk. That is also optional. That only can be for good kids, and you lose the right to sit there. Also, right now, you're sitting with other humans because I trust you. Over here, these desks that you see separated from everybody, that's called Struggle Town. And those are for the kids who struggle to be with other humans. You lose the right to sit with them. And you come sit over here where all of the chairs are zip tied to the desk. And you don't get a chance to slide your chair around very far. And you're forced to sit there and just stare at the wall because the choices you've made are going to come back to haunt you. So what I'm going to cover with you now is we're going to go through and cover how the good kid things work and the bad kid things work to make you a better person. All right. 8th graders. They're just being all 8th gradery out there. So, the first thing we're going to get to. I like talking. I'm one of those people where I realize that you guys spend all day having to sit quietly in a class. This beginning of the year is like the most talking I'm going to do nonstop with you because I prefer discussions. I prefer giving you guys a chance to talk and discuss. In my class, I want you to be able to speak. The trouble is, I don't want you to talk when my mouth is going. That makes me sad and grumpy. If my mouth is not going, I don't care if you talk. Like, beginning of class, when I come into the room to go behind my desk, I don't care if Maddie and Zoe sit there and talk to each other. As long as you followed my directions up there, that's fine with me. You can sit there and yap all you want. Until I'm talking, then I have an issue with it, and I get to be all grump with you. So that'll be part of what we're figuring out as we go forward. With it, as far as the talking goes, you guys ever had a teacher tell you that they like all of their students and you guys are all good to them and stuff like that?
Yeah.
We call that a lie. I do not feel the same way. Some of you I'm going to like a lot more than others. Some of you I'm not going to like nearly as much as others. The good news is you get to have control over that. The more you irritate me, the less I like you. The more you make me happy, the nicer I am to you. That also applies to the same thing with the B points up there. Let's say I like young Justin. He sits there in my class and smiles at me, and I never have to yell at him at all. But Cambria yaps non-stop, and she's always talking and picking fights and smacking kids in the back of the head. Like every day she walks in, she sits down and just smacks Brooklyn upside the back of the head, and she's like, "Yo, what's up?" I have issues with that Cambria kid. So, let's say one day during class, all of a sudden, Justin turns around and he's like, "Maddie, I'll take those shoes. Those are kind of cool." And I'm like, "Justin, why are you talking about shoes in the middle of class?" And he's like, "Because they're Air Force Ones." And I'm like, "Oh, those are Air Force Ones, Cody." And that kid's like, "Justin, shush. Bad kid bad. I'm going to charge you a point because I'm in the middle of talking." And then Cambria goes, "What about me? You won't." "Cambria, stop talking. I'm going to charge you 5 points because you yap all the time." So sometimes I'm going to be nicer to you. The more you make me like you, the less points I charge you. The more you make me yell at you all the time, the more points I'm going to charge you. How do we know if you like us? One, I don't like any of you yet. Right now, you're all just a bunch of kids staring at me. As you start to gain points, the more B points you have, the more I like you. The fewer B points you have, the less I like you. So you can see a direct correlation between the two of them. Also, I've learned there's these things in the world called sneaky talkers. And the sneaky talkers are the ones that talk all the time, but I can't catch them. You know the kids in class who can lean forward and go, pss, 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 pss. And then when the kid turns around to talk to him, that's when the teacher looks. It's the kid who turned who gets in trouble and not the one behind him. Like, let's say Aaliyah is a real good sneaky talker right over here. And even though she looks adorable and smiles at me all the time, every time I look in this direction, she leans forward and she's like, hey, Finn, make it big. And she starts making fun of me. And Finn turns around like, oh, you burnt that old man. And every time I look over there, Finn is turned around talking to her, but Aaliyah goes, hee, and looks adorable. So now I've learned, if you are being talked to, if I see Finn talking or turning around talking to Aaliyah, even if Aaliyah is giving me adorable face, that means Aaliyah was probably talking and I didn't catch her. So I'm going to charge her points. Even if you were not the kid talking, if a kid is talking to you, I charge you points also. Hang on. This is where some of you freak out and go, but what if I have the idiot child next to me who just keeps talking all the time? And they're like, yep, 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 yep. I don't want to lose my phone. I feel you, boo. I understand completely. So here's what you'll do. Let's say you have the kid next to you. Captain yaps a lot, and you don't want to get pulled down with them. Here's what you do so that you don't get in trouble also. You take your hand, and you open it up so it's flat, and you put it in their face. You put a hand in their face, and then the second part of it, you have to look at me with puppy dog eyes. And when you go, that tells me you're trying to be innocent. So this way, when I look over there and I see the fact that Finn has his hand backwards in Aaliyah's face, he's going, and I'm like, oh, that Aaliyah, she's a sneaky. And that's how I know the one to yell at. The problem is, some of you are sitting near your friends, and all of a sudden you're like, but what if I don't want to put my hand in Aiden's face? That's going to make him feel sad. The answer is, yeah, those are called big kid emotions. You're going to have to make a decision. When your friend yaps at you, you either throw a hand in their face and go, you're not dragging me down with you, dum-dum, or you go ahead and just listen to them and go, really? Huh? No kidding. Ah, no kidding. Ah. And then you get a chance to make your decision. Sadness. Wednesday, we're going to talk more about torturing children. I'm sure at any moment you all are going to look at me and smile as opposed to standing and packing up, because we know how my heart wants to be full of... You're just letting Brody sit there and pack up. His heart isn't full of love. Not a single person is we're going to give you this week to figure out which are horrible children. Go